What's up? It's Thomas Davis, man, and you are watching the Black Cat Panther podcast. Make sure y'all tune in all season long.
Yeah, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast.
Can I run up the score, run up the board, breaking the mold? Ay, ay, walking the door. You know what happened? We step on the floor. Ay, ay, coming from on. You don't want partners, you already know it. Ay, ay, come on to it. You already know I'm finna go do it. Ay, yeah, I'm locked in and I feel like Mark 10. Ay, walking to a room, chest up with my chin. Ay, already finished for this joint, even begin. Ay, when is what I am, I cannot ever pretend. Ay, yeah, never pretend. Ay, back in the lab again. Ay, you were not touching the friends. Ay, you were not touching the kin. Ay, putting the points on the board, I'm killing the boys, you know what it is. Ay, switching the moves, no number two, I came in to win. They said I'm tapped in with the action, they got the master on the master. I can never move passive, I'm active, I can make them go ghost on this cast. But wanna know who running it, just ask us. On the track, I'm gunning it, I'm blasting. This that gas and diesel, Shack and dog.
You know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Shout out to everybody. I'd like to take this time to welcome each and every one of you guys to the Black Cat Panther podcast. It's time to get into it as we do. I promise y'all it's going to be an interesting one tonight. You know, I was looking at this thing for full perspective, looking at it from the perspective of what would make the Panthers better. And what do you want from your rookie class that would have us under the impression that would make the entire team, this entire franchise, a better place? Without further ado, like I said, come on in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. So without further ado, let's talk about it. 704, you funny. 704 said another damn quarterback. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there eventually, cuz. Shout out to my dog, man. I'm under the impression the Panthers have had probably one of the best draft class that we have had in a while, in a long time. If you date and you think back, you probably haven't seen a draft class like this probably since before maybe 2020, maybe 2019 with the Burns class. You could say the Derek Brown class when they went all defense. Like I said, you have a bevy of talent that came in at one time. When you got guys like Umanmielen, Nick Scorton, the edge rusher who had a first grade round of him at the tender age of 20. Scorton, young man. Like I said, you had a time to really come out here and you get a guy that's rated high. You get a guy that could come out, set the edge, be a powerful, dominant force on the edge, on the outside. And I raised the questions to say the Panthers hit when they got two highly rated edge rushers in Umanmielen, Scorton. But did they really hit all the way around? Are they going to have the most impact on this entire field 2025? Is Jimmy Horn? Is a Ted McMillan? Is Ted going to have more impact? Like, where I'm at with it is understanding who's going to be able to come in and positively affect what we need the most, and that's positive play, positive yardage on both sides of the football. Make no mistake about that. So let's take a look at the list. Let's take a look and see who we have and what the expectations might be for each one of them. He said he more excited for Jimmy Horn. Man, bro, I love the Jimmy Horn edition, first and foremost, because you get a guy that can come in here, change the speed of things. Remember, I always told y'all, for BY9 to succeed, you need a speedy receiver. You need somebody that can get in the open field and make people miss. And so having him would be light years. It would be crazy to have a guy that could come out here and really, really get to, the next level. And there ain't a linebacker that can stay with him. There ain't really no safeties that can go toe-to-toe with him because he's so fast. I'm just saying. But let's break it down. You got our first round pick, our first round selection, Ted McMillan. Our number 8th overall selection, wide receiver from Arizona. For me, the expectations for a Ted McMillan as a rookie should be 800 yards or better. For a first round, number 8th overall selection for a rookie, I expect him to fully hit the ground running because he's going to get targets, he's going to get looks, he's going to get double teams as well. He's going to have times where he shine, and then he's going to have times where he struggle. But the Panthers have had a 1,000-yard receiver in their first year as a rookie. Y'all remember Kelvin Benjamin? He had 1,008 yards as a rookie. So it's not without the realm of possibility that you can get a 1,000-yard receiver in here in his first season. It could happen. Although that did happen with your boy Cameron Jarrell Newton. But to say the least, my expectations for Ted McMillan is going to be somewhere between north of 800 yards to 1,000 in his first season. He is probably one of the best trackers we saw in this upcoming draft. Well, this past draft that just went by. He can track the football. He can make plays. He know how to use his body for leverage. He's one of those guys that whenever you see him, he played bigger than he actually looked. Because I looked at him and I went back and I looked at him again. And I said, man, some of the plays that he was making off of 1 foot and the way he had the ability to turn around and just snag balls out of the air, man, the boy is special. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I know a lot of people saying, well, you didn't seem like you were clamoring the table for Ted McMillan. I wasn't. I wanted a defensive player at pick 8. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't take away from the ability that Ted McMillan has as a receiver. That doesn't take away of his superstardom that you can see in this fella. The fella has star potential. I like what I see in this guy. Do I like his attitude? Nah, I could care less for his attitude, but that has nothing to do with football. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's move on to our second round, our second pick, which was Nick Scorton. And this is where it starts to, get a little interesting because you got a guy at Nick Scorton who has interesting measurables, 6'3", 257 pounds. He lost some weight after being selected. Oh, there was Ronnie in the building. What's going on, Ronnie? I'm going to drop the link in a few for you. Pull on up if you got a chance. This is the thing. You go and you get a guy, Nick Scorton, who has a devastating spin move. Matter of fact, I'll pull out the scouting report for y'all because I don't think we ever went over Nick Scorton's scouting report. Let me put that on the screen right now for you. So here it is. Bada boom. 6'3", 257, Texas A&M. The guy has a 4.7 as a 40 time. Rated 86 out of 100. 86 out of 100 is pretty damn good. What's going on? I see you running. I see you, cuz. I got you. I see you. And like I said, 86 out of 100 is pretty damn good. You can't go wrong with what you're seeing right there from him because you get a guy, like I said, highly rated. He has the tackles. He has Well, he got to work on the sacks a little bit, but that's not the here nor the there. But I'm gonna read the scouting report on him. Like I said, his position was an edge rusher. Like I said, at 10 to age of 20. Now, what we're going to use him for, which is crazy, this is what the strengths are for him. Okay. He has a devastating spin move that combines exceptional quickness and precise hand placement to consistently beat tackles clean. Showcase this repeatedly against South Carolina and Nebraska. Two teams that have very, very, very quality linemen. I'm going to tell you that right now. And he carries 285 pounds with remarkable athleticism. So look at some of the way how they're talking about him in the Scott report. Advanced pass rush arsenal featuring effective club swim, cross chop, two-hand swipe moves. So he has all the intangibles to get out here and make moves. Because when asked to do it, there ain't too many people that's going to be better than him at doing it. Also, look down. Let's skip down. Let's say exceptional first step quickness allows him to shoot B gaps and punish oversetting tackles. That means he gonna hit that goddamn hole and he gonna hit it with authority whenever he come. Which means to any lineman, you better look out because one-on-one, he stands the better chance of getting you. Then it says also in the next line, it says, brings the thunder as a power rusher when he converts speed to force, showing the ability to put tackles on skates when he times his strike right. My Lord. My Lord. Now we're going to skip down a couple of lines down there. It says, motor never stops running, consistently chases plays from behind and fights through multiple blocks to get involved. That's what you want. You want a guy that can come out here and be relentless, be dangerous, be angry. If you want to see anger on the field, you want him to showcase aggression. You want to see an aggression from the type of player that's going to come out here and really set this tone to the defense. Why do you think they said it was so easy to move on from Jadeveon Clowney? When you bring in somebody like this right here, now, let's get back to the full-on list, like I said, because I'm talking impacts for each one of these players. So that's your second round, the Nick Scorton. What do I project for him in his rookie year? I think a successful season for him is going to be about 30 to 40 tackles. I'd say about 5 sacks. 5 sacks and about 30, 35 tackles is a successful season for me as a rookie. That tells me he has made an impact on the field immediately. That's not me saying, hey, he's come out and he's dominated. That's just me saying, hey, he's contributed to our defense as a rookie, and he'll come in and be able to give us solid rotational minutes as it starts. That's pretty decent right there. You can't really ask for much more than that. 5 sacks and 30 to 35 tackles. I'll take it. Next we got Umanmielen. Umanmielen is another guy, like I said, explosive guy. We got him in the 3rd round. He should have been taken a lot earlier than what he was taken because Umanmielen, I think they had him listed out as the 6th best pass rusher in this entire draft. He was rated 87.2 overall. Like I'm gonna show you. He was rated 87 because, like I said, he has the 6'4", close to 6'5" frame, 244 pounds. He had 10.5 sacks. The boy was a dominant figure for Ole Miss last season. When I tell you at the 10 to age of 23, we got a pair of young rookies that could come in here and man the front of this line. He was projected as a late 1st rounder. He was supposed to go in the late 1st round. He dropped to us in the top of the 3rd. It don't get much better than that. You know what I'm saying? So let's just read off a little bit about what he has and what he does best. He has an electric burst paired with natural bend, which allows him to threaten the edge immediately, forcing tackles to bail out of their stance early. That means when he come around that edge for left tackles and right tackles, it's going to be hard for them to stop him. It's going to be hard. He has a nasty inside counter spin move that he times perfectly when tackles overset, showing up repeatedly against Georgia and Arkansas games. Length and strength translates to effective long arm technique, regularly walking back tackles into the pocket when he converts speed to power. We got another speed to power guy. Like I said again, shout out to Dan Morgan for going and getting speed to power guys. Because if done right, and in 3 years, this is what I want this thing to look like. I want Umanmielen to be a double-digit sack getter for the Panthers in 3 years. If you had a guy that can get you 10 to 12 sacks per year, imagine if him and Scorton could both do that, and you got 24 to 25 sacks amongst those two guys alone, you would be holstering about 40 to 50 sacks every year. But with everybody else, having a defense that could come out and give you production. Because think about it, this guy right here has the body of a linebacker. He can change direction, as you see right here, where it's saying in the strengths. He can change direction, especially when running stunts. He can stop and redirect without losing momentum. That's hard to do in the NFL. So what do I deem a positive outage for him in his rookie season? Now, this is all just my opinions. I deem for him another 30 tackles, 5 sacks for him would be productive as an edge rusher where he was taken in the 3rd round. If he can come out and give us 5 sacks with the production of about 30 tackles, I would deem that a successful season for Umanmielen. I think having these two guys would be incredible, and it would do major things, major showings to our pass rush and the direction that we want to take our pass rush. Shout out. What's up, Anthony Brown? What's going on with you? Shout out to Justin Long. He said the Panthers winning 7 games this year. I see us losing 3 to 4, 3-4, 1-score games. Improvement doesn't always mean wins. Have a blessed day. I appreciate you, cuz. You're right about that. Improvement doesn't always mean wins, but Justin Long, this is your boy, and it's been a while since I said this. I think we're going to get more than 7 wins. I'm looking at the trajectory. I know everybody's steady saying that we aren't quite as good as we think we are, but I've been pretty good at gauging this team and the talent on this team year in and year out. Just like last year, I look y'all in the eyes and say, we ain't going to win no more than 5 games. We're going to win probably about 2 to 5. And I said, the year before, we ain't going to win no games. The year before that, what the fuck are we doing? We ain't going to win no games. I look at this team right here and I'm saying to myself, it's too much talent. It's too much talent to go out here and not be able to win some of these games. It's like you're going to be able to do something in spite of. On paper, it looks incredible. It's just putting it all together. There's a lot of moving pieces that need to come together in order for this thing to look successful. But there is promise. We didn't have that last year. We didn't have promise. There ain't one draft pick that we took that I ain't say, well, damn, that wasn't a good pick. All of the picks I actually like. Especially the next pick that's on the list, the running back ETN from Georgia. Now, this is where you start getting, remember I always tell you, prime positions are always taken 1st through 3rd. We put it on receiver and 2 edge rushers, which supposed to be impact players, impactful guys that could come in and determine the outcomes of games. What better way than determine outcomes of the games than getting to the quarterback and getting sacks or being able to have tackle for losses or stopping the run? That's what you put the 2nd and the 3rd round into. Your 1st round pick, like I said, went into scoring. You have the ability to help trying to put some points on the board. I ain't mad at that. But you're looking at it. Primary positions was taken first through third rounds. And it's successful. If successful, you can get out here and, like I said, you can win some games. Ronnie said, can Evero unlock this defense? Oh boy. We done start with Evero. Ronnie, I'm gonna drop that link in about 2 minutes. I want to hear you come up here and talk about Evero. That's what I want to hear. Because it sounds like to me you got some doubts on old Evero. And I know Evero is a more than capable coach. We went, like I said, the number one problem with this defense last year, we couldn't stop the run. We went and got a bunch of stopgap guys in free agency, journeymen. But here is the most impressive thing that we did. We went and got a safety from Ohio State, Latham Ransom, who was one of the highly rated safeties when stopping the run. Then we followed that up, and we got one of the biggest bodies in the draft, in Cam Jackson, in the 5th round. I love the pairing. Like I said, I'm talking impact of what this could be for this season. I'm under the impression Cam Jackson might have the most impact on this team. Because when you're looking at what did we suffer the most in last year? Stopping the run. What did we not have? Guys that could get in and stop the run. When you draft a guy as big as him with the youth on his side and the ability to get in and actually play, you have a young fella right here that you could hand the keys to the Mercedes to and say, hey, bro, take me home. We want you to be our guy. You already 320-something pounds already. Bro, you 6'6". Bro, we know you can be the guy. I think D tackle Cam Jackson was a great fit, a great pickup in the 5th round. Now, normally I would like my D tackles a lot higher than that because I want an impactful guy that can jump off the screen. But when you wait to the later rounds, like I said, you got to do your homework on if you're going to get a guy at the premium position later on. And I think getting a 6'6" guy with I ain't gonna say prototypical size because this nigga got freak of nature size at 6'6", 320-something pounds. Freak of nature size. And he's strong as an ox. I think that was definitely a great pickup. I expect for him coming in to have about 15, maybe 20 tackles. But his tackle for losses is what I want to see. I want to see what that tackle, if he can get at least about 5 to 7 tackle for losses this season right here, I would deem that successful for him. And I know y'all saying, well, that don't feel like much, Q. That would be exceptional, be it as it may, because you would have a guy that gave you production that you didn't get last year. Yes, you had Ashawn Robinson who gave you 80 tackles last year, but he was in an effort by himself. And I'm here to say, with everybody else, with the scrubs that was around Ashawn Robinson, he was bound to shine last year. He was bound to get a bulk of the tackles because, I mean, when that's your best talent, he going to get the bulk of the load. They're going to give him a lot of trust because they felt like he was the guy that could make the most happen with what was out there. So I like Cam Jackson. I believe that right there might be the most silent pickup out of all of them. But then when I just say that, I turn around and I look at Mitchell Evans. And what did I tell y'all? I thought that we needed the most on this team to help out Bryce Young. I said a nice tight end would come in here. If you could run a dual tight end set with Jatavion Sanders and have another tight end that could come in and stretch the field as well as block, that could always, because if you're running a spread type of offense, you need a bona fide X, You need slot receivers, and you need two tight ends that can always find themselves open to go along with at least a running back to always be open in the flat to really bail out your quarterback. I mean, you see the 49ers do it every single week. You turn around, literally, that's the type of offense they running with that West Coast style, where they always have outlets for Brock Purdy to play smart football. It's called smart football, where Brady, you saw Brady eat niggas lunch with playing this style of football, where if the play is not down the field and it's not there, it's not open to ground, nigga, get rid of the fucking football. Get it to the running back in the flat, or get that thing to a tight end that's going across the seam. And you saw them boys had bread and butter with this. This is crazy. I'm just telling y'all, man. Them boys dying. They got me dying by Ron. I just look in the chat. That was funny. Shout out to Justin Log and shout out to ABJ. Boy, y'all boys is hell. Back to what I was saying though. Mitchell Evans could be an unsung hero for this season. Because if you got an offense where you got two tight ends at all times, always wide open. You got a Jimmy Horn who is a decoy. He's so fast. He's so shifty. You got Ted McMillan, because he there, you can't, when you want to double team him, you're going to have to leave somebody open. You got 2,000-yard running backs that in the open field. Now, be mindful, none of them are no Saquon Barkley or no Derrick Henry, but they serviceable backs where they get you 5 yards in the flat to keep the chains moving. Not the dynamic, but it's good enough to keep the chains moving. What is Canales? A smart enough coordinator to keep the chains moving. Serviceable guy. He understands offense. He understands the flow of offense. Hence why he went and got a receiver, a tight end, and another receiver, because he said we need dynamic playmakers. Mitchell Evans from Notre Dame, very serviceable guy, a dynamic playmaker, stretch the field and block. Because if all else fails and you having issues with your line, you can put him on the line and, like I say, max protect and make sure that he can block. Then you got a guy like Jimmy Horn, like I said, who is the most exciting thing on this team offensively. That's a damn shame. Your 6th-round wide receiver is talked about more than your 1st round, number 8 overall wide receiver. I don't see nobody talking about Ted McMillan in these. If you type in the word Carolina Panthers, fucking Jimmy Horn videos is coming up. How he's going to be the X factor. How he's going to be the sleeper. How everybody believes that he is the reason or the key to the Panthers' success this season. Isn't that wild? Your goddamn 6 overall 6th rounder is more electric than your 1st rounder. I love it. I love it. That's how you know you did a great job drafting, when you get a late round guy and your late round guy seems to be more exciting than your guy that you took early. For once, we can say that as a team. For once, we can say that. Shout out to my dog Wes. He said people like underdog stories. Yeah. You're right about that. Link is in the chat. Ronnie Young, if you're in the building, man, pull up, man. Talk to me and tell me how you feel. Anybody else who want to come up here, tell me how you feel. Like Jimmy Horn, what would it look like for him to be successful this year? I'd say about 400-500 yards. Probably about 3-4 touchdowns. Nothing major. I don't expect much from him. Mitchell Evans, Probably about 200 yards receiving. Maybe 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, maybe. But I want him more blocking than anything. If he scratched the field, oh, so be it. If he turns out to be the tight end that we needed, well, goddamn, you found a diamond in the rough. And wouldn't that be crazy for Jatavion Sanders to be your number 2? You let a nigga come in here and beat you out. Yeah. It's one of those things, man. Well, Justin Long said right here, he said, that boy Q is elite at this shit when he got ignorant motherfuckers interrupted. Jimmy Horn reminds me of a slower Teddy Ginn with better hands. Shout out to Ted Ginn Jr. Bro, that's a fact. I give you that. He does give me Ted Ginn vibes. Like, give him the ball in the open field. He'll make those plays that you just didn't expect him to make. But the thing I love about Jimmy Horn is it's the attitude that comes along with him. Like when you see him talk at the podium, he's showing himself. He understands at all times what he needs to do to be special. He understands what they brought him in for. Jimmy Horn understands his key to this offense is him being electric. He understands that he don't have to compete with nobody. He also understands that his place is solidified if he comes in and he does his job. His job is to just be electric. Electricity. To come in and inspire everybody or lift everybody up. That's all he has to do. Be a speedy guy, work on speed, and understanding what it would take to be in the open field and make plays. He has a great understanding. I listen to his interviews, and I just sit there and I marvel at how aware he is of this moment and how aware he is. Because when they asked him stuff about Colorado, he was like, have y'all ever been to Boulder, Colorado? He trying to tell y'all in a certain way. First of all, before he got to Boulder, Colorado, there was no playmakers there. They build that thing into what you saw. And you saw success with him and Hunter and those guys over there. Just like how Hunter was always taking away and taking the shade off of him a little bit, where Horn was wide open. You're going to see similar things to that with Tet and the boys here. Come on now. I'm well aware that this offense has potential. And where we was just talking about this yesterday over here with us and Red and everybody. Like I said, we talked about the NFC South yesterday. Shout out to the Tailgate Experience. Make sure y'all subscribe there. We really haven't started putting out videos over there yet, but when I do, I'm going to be full-fledged into it. But your boy just had a lot going on. But I got the night off tonight, so thank God I can actually sit here and be intimate with the crowd tonight and be one-on-one with my family. It's one of those ones, like I say, I'm excited, but I'm trying to keep down my excitement because I don't want to get too happy. But God damn it, it's been a while since I've been happy. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen an offense like this in a while. Like, think about it. Last time we saw a prominent offense in Carolina, we had Teddy Two Gloves. We had Robbie beat the coach ass Anderson. And we had what's the other nigga? DJ, I don't got no quarterback more. That's the last time you saw a dynamic offense here in Carolina. And since then, you haven't seen it. They been getting niggas out the door. Earl Locklear said, damn, Q happy that new. Boy, y'all be trying to be like I ain't shit. Boy, I try to tell you, boy. Boy, nigga can't be happy right here, boy. Y'all know how to take a nigga happy. So happy as always. That's all good. Like I say, I can see the light through the back end of the tunnel. You can kind of see this for what it actually is. Like looking at and understanding how close we are to prominence it's like if we get another draft where we have time to add pieces onto this right here, y'all better watch out because the sky's the limit. Because then we'll have, think about it right here. This is like a foundational piece draft where we got the layers to the house, to the brick house. You're building a brick house. You had to get the foundation built. You had to put down wood. You had to get some stones. You had to get some cement, and you had to really lay the foundation. The foundational pieces over here is getting the defense together. That's the foundation. You laid the foundation also as well on the offensive side of the football where you say, hey, we can score with anybody. How do you do that? Well, you got a savvy veteran in Thielen. You go out and then you say, well, also, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to go get two young receivers, two electric receivers in their own right. One was probably the fastest receiver in all of college football, and the other one was probably the most sure-handed receiver in all of football. And then you combine the two with what you already had here. And then to not only spite that, you say, well, I'm going to bring in some undrafted free agents. I'm going to bring in Musa Muhammad, the son of a legend here. Will he live up to his name, his reputation? Who knows? But let's not sit here and act like the boy didn't have numbers when he was in A&M. Boy had numbers. Musa Muhammad III, I was surprised to see him go undrafted because I thought he would have got snatched up 4th, 5th round. But we end up getting him. That's another body that you can throw in here as one that you didn't really expect to come in here. Then you got the wide receiver from Miami who's with Cam Ward and the crew. Like I said, another kick returner that could be electric. That's another thing that will make this team so much better. Field position, special teams. Having returners like Jimmy Horn, old boy from Miami, getting the ball out of Blackshear's black ass hands. Because to me, Blackshear ain't had no business returning no damn kicks. I know everybody keeps saying, well, he did solid. Yeah, but let me ask you a question. There's a difference in being competent and there's a difference in being electric. There's a difference. Steve Smith was electric at returning punts. At returning punts, he was electric. You get a guy like Blackshear, he's serviceable. Where you got one guy can give you 20, 25 yards every time he touches the ball. You got one guy that give you maybe 5 yards every time he catches it. It's not negative yardage, but it's just enough. Well, he did all right. You get what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. There you go. What's going on, Ronnie?
Fellas, what's going on, Q, man? I just can't let you, bro. I'm at work, man. I can't move around like I want to, man. Talk shit. So, I just want to come on and let you know, man. Hey, I'm calling that Jimmy Horn pick, bro. On the mock draft, I picked him, and I think I picked around the same time we did. So I'm calling that. I'm saying I jinxed us to get Jimmy Horn, man. So I'm
What
calling that Q.
you think Jimmy Horn gonna do this year?
I think he gonna be magnificent, man. I think he gonna take Adam Thielen's spot. I really do. I think that he gonna push Adam out the way. Maybe not this year, but coming back re-signing next year, I don't think we gonna re-sign him next year.
Well, you also know the handwriting on the wall. They went and got Hunter Renfrow as a veteran too, so I don't think they got any intention on bringing Adam Thielen back in this
Now
door.
I don't think Hunter gonna be here long term like that. I think Hunter gonna be something that work out this year, and they gonna probably trade him because, I don't think after this year maybe they'll keep him around, but I just see that as something that they're utilizing for this year. I don't see that as a long term thing.
I'll be damned. So Thielen will be out the way. You will have Ted McMillan. Ted McMillan.
Right.
You're gonna have Jimmy Horn, Xavier Legette. Where does he fit in? Xavier Legette. Where you see him at? Because I see more pictures of him on that goddamn horse than I do of him practicing.
He the one. He the one. We all right?
Say that again, please. I'll be damned. We lost Brother Ronnie. Yeah, man. We lost Ronnie, man. I don't know what happened, man. He got on that horse, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. We're out here from motorcycle lot, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. But anyway, at the Kentucky Derby. We had the Kentucky Derby. Look, shout out to the boy Xavier Leggett, the raccoon eating nigga that he is. We appreciate him because yeah, that boy there is something else, man. That's gonna be the thing to watch because I noticed his body language to Ted McMillan being here. I don't think he like it. I really don't. I know in the long run, if he understands team, he understands him and Ted together would make a good dynamic duo. But the vibe that I get, I don't think he liked that shit because when they asked him at the Kentucky Derby last week, has he talked to Ted McMillan? He said, nah, that's something I want to do face to face. Feel out the vibe. I want to just feel out the vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a competitor and he a competitor. Something tell me there's gonna be some friction between them two niggas, man. I don't know why I get that feeling. Now, be mindful. He spoke to Hunter Renfro. He spoke to all the other receivers, but he has not spoke to Ted McMillan. So, yeah. Yeah, Ronnie, I got you, cuz. He hasn't had the opportunity to speak to this man, and I don't understand what the deal might be. I just hope that it don't create or cause any chemistry issues between the two. Hopefully, it creates competition, and competition should bring out the best of a young whippersnapper. It should bring out the best of two young dogs. Oh man. He said that country ass nigga don't get the jug machine. God damn. Boy, you hard on him, ain't it? It did just a lot of talking about I don't like Ted. I love Ted, man. Ted McMillan. I love him. I like him. What you like about him? I just like him. I like him. You see what I did right there? I like him. Nah, but Ted is a star, man. I think he got superstar potential. I'm just hoping that these two niggas don't end up killing each other by the end of the goddamn year. Hopefully, I hope it ain't no fake love going in between them because, like I say, Xavier Leggett fully understands he's set to be replaced by this nigga, man. I hope he know it. Because after he start, you let Xavier Leggett come out this season and have a couple of drops. First thing they'll be doing, they'll be screaming Jimmy Horn. They'll be screaming Ted McMillan. They'll be screaming everybody except, hell, they'll call Musa Muhammad little ass son out there if he make the team. They'll be hollering for anybody out there except for his ass. He don't got no room for error this year. Especially with this shit he pulling with these horses and shit like that. And people feeling like he not really in tune. I don't know, man. Last year he blaming on his fucking hands. Let's see how much blaming he'll do this year. He better catch some goddamn balls. I know that. Because I'm going to tell you what, it's year 3 for you know who. And if you got a receiver dropping balls all over the goddamn place, they going to blame that shit on him. And let me tell you something. Xavier Leggett can't afford to have another bad season because you better ask Mingo. They got him the fuck up out of here after 1 year. Can't afford to do it, though. But man, say I need Jimmy in the slot by mid-season. God damn, talk about expectations. All I'm saying, I think Jimmy will have a strong season, strong career here in Carolina. I'm gonna go out and cop that Jimmy Horn jersey, dog. I want the Umanmielen jersey and I want the Jimmy Horn jersey because them the two players, especially in this draft, I fuck with the hardest. In my eyes, Princely can't do no wrong. That's my nigga right there. I've already took my time and I say, okay, yeah. Like how Steve Smith and Moose Muhammad put their hands around Mango and they say, okay, yeah, that's our boy. That's my boy. Umanmielen, that my nigga right there. So yeah. He said, what game you plan on going this season? Let's look. Let me pull it up. Because I want to go to the home opener. I want to go to the home opener this year. Whoever we got home opener, your boy Dub Q wants to be in the building. So 704, if you want to link up at the home opener, man, shit, let's do it, cuz. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to Gold, but we might do a giveaway of a ticket. We might do a giveaway for a lucky subscriber, a free game ticket to the home opener. I think I'll do that. Man. You know what? Because I fuck with y'all the long way, man. I'm gonna definitely do that. I'm gonna come up with some way to do like a drawing or something like that, and we gonna do that. We're gonna give away a home opener ticket to a lucky individual because, like I said, I'm not missing that home opener. I got to see what the deal is this season, and I got to see what it's looking like. And mini camp is out the way, which leads to training camp. If y'all want to get up with us, we're gonna be going down to training camp this year. That's a must. Your boy I haven't missed the training camp in 4 years, and I will be there again. So without further ado, make sure if y'all want to rock with your boys, have y'all stuff in line. I think this year they're saying that they're doing the big day out thing again. And that was at the stadium. So I think that was on a Saturday last year where they did the big day out. I'm not going to the closed practices. I'm gonna just go to the big day out this year. So if y'all want to do a meet, everybody meet and link up or something like that, we get some food or something like that, holla at your boys. We can definitely do that. If y'all coming down to Charlotte, we can get some food or something like that in the city. See, I was trying to hit something in November. I'm gonna fly out there for the Duke. Okay, well, 704, you tell me what week you rolling down here, and if you rolling out here, I'll make sure we be up there. You let us know what week you up here, cuz. Because if you say November, you be there. And you know what? That's it ain't nothing but love with 704, man. If he ever say he coming up here, I'm there. That's a must, man. That is a must. He coming from, I think, Phoenix. I think it's Arizona. So whatever side of town you on, cuz, I'm there. And CJ Hill said training camp not open. Yeah, it wasn't open last year. They had some people that had some passes and stuff like that, and they went. But I went to like I said, we went to the big day out where they do a huge day out for all Panther fans, and they allow everybody to come to the stadium to watch them do a little bit of scrimmages and sets. So they do that again this year. I believe they should. Just for that one day, they got to give the fans something because there's no way they're gonna close it all the way out to fans. So I'm gonna keep my eyes and ears open to that. And I'm gonna definitely, I'm gonna try to do a camp giveaway too. Like I said, man, for everybody that's been rocking with us and to all our new subscribers, like I said, we appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. I want to just show love, and whether it's something as simple as Panther memorabilia, whatever it may be, like I said, I want to do a little giveaway and give back to you guys. So it's one of the ones, man. I'm excited about this season. You can tell I'm back in the spirit of giving. I'm back in the spirit of, I'm rejuvenated. I'm revitalized over here. I almost fucked that up just now, but let me have that. Anyway, yeah. So I'm about to get up out here, man. Fuck it tonight, man. I'm gonna be back to y'all tomorrow because, like I said, I'm off tonight. And that means I'm early in the morning where I can do another show. So yeah. I'm gonna do a little powerful niggatry in the morning. That's what I'm gonna do, a little powerful niggatry. I'm gonna stir some shit up. I'm good at that. So without further ado, man, just make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. I know y'all got to get up for work in the morning and shit like that. So please do us that favor if you're watching this. So if you're watching this in the morning, subscribe to the channel and put it in the comments below who you think is going to have the biggest impact of this season out of all the rookies coming forth. And do me a favor, put your stats there, and I'll take my time and I'll highlight it for the next show. Who I thought had the best comment on that. I'm gonna highlight that. So do us that favor. Like I said, show us that love. Go in the comments after this video. Comment who you got below, and make sure if you want to, bring the conversation on a little bit more, hit the Discord. Well, them boys be talking in that Discord 24/7. They ain't a comment that I don't see. And I'm telling you, man, it is one of those things where you got to love the interaction. But yeah, shout out to everybody tonight. It's your boy, and I am out.